Welcome to the Fully Engaged Fitness Podcast, where you'll be hearing from the top fitness experts from the engaged personal training community of businesses. These include client interviews and success stories, insights and tips from our top fitness experts, and the unique approach that we bring to our clients that have helped transform thousands of lives over the last 10 years in business. Don't forget to like and subscribe this podcast so that you can be the first one in the know. Now let's get into this. Welcome to the Fully Engaged Fitness Podcast, where you'll be hearing from the top fitness experts from the engaged
What is going on, guys? This is Coach
community
Katie
of
from
businesses.
Engage Malvern.
These include
coming at you with a
interviews
super
and
special
success stories,
podcast episode.
insights
I'm here
and
with
tips
the
from our
first
top
ever
fitness
member
experts
of Engage
and
Malvern.
the unique approach
She
that
is
we
known
bring
around
to
the
our
gym
clients
as
that have helped
Momma B.
transform
She is none
thousands
other
of
than my
lives
own
over the
mom,
last 10
and
years
she's
in
here to
business.
talk to us
Don't
about
forget
her
to like and
experience
subscribe
at
this
Engage
podcast
thus
so that
far.
you can
So
be the
without
first
further
one
ado,
in the know.
Hello, Mom,
Now
and
let's
thank
get
you for
into this
coming on the
episode.
podcast.
Well, hello, Katie, and I'm very happy to be here.
Weird hearing you say Katie. What is going on,
so
guys? This
formal.
is Coach Katie
Can I
from
disclose
Engage Malvern.
You can
Coming
disclose-
at you
I
with
said
a
it to our
super
class this
special
morning.
podcast
Feel free to
episode.
disclose.
I'm here
Alright,
with the
for all
first
of our
ever
Engage
member
members, feel
of
free to
Engage
call
Malvern.
Katie.
She is known around the
There it
gym
is.
as
There it
Momma
is.
B.
Oh,
She is
okay.
none other
The real
than my
nickname,
own
the name
mom,
that everyone knows me
and
by.
she's
So,
here to talk to us
like I
about
said,
her
it's
experience
been
at Engage thus
almost
far.
a
So
year
without
now.
further ado,
You're our first
hello,
member.
Mom, and thank you for coming on the podcast.
What were you doing
Hello, Katie.
before
I'm very happy to
you
be
signed
here.
up?
Weird hearing you
June
say Katie.
6th
of last year.
It's so
fitness-wise.
formal.
Can I disclose the nickname?
You can disclose. I said it to our class this morning. You can feel free to disclose.
Alright, for all of
As
our
I call it,
Engage members,
functional
feel free to
fitness,
call
which is a
Katie.
thing.
So lots of
There it is.
regards
There it
to
is.
Katie. Oh, okay.
The real nickname, the name that everyone knows me by.
Formalized in the
So,
gym.
like I said, it's
You
been
know, I've tried and
almost a
failed many
year now.
times over
You're our
the years
first
with,
member.
different
What were you doing
concepts that didn't
before
quite work
What was the
you
last
signed
for
up
me.
June
I
6th
did
of last
bar.
year,
Right.
fitness-wise?
Notch was great
much,
on its own, but
We
for
did a lot
me,
of
personally,
called it,
I
functional
am not
fitness, which
one
is
that
a thing.
will so lots of
make
gardening and walking
time
but
to go.
nothing,
So if it's
like, oh, I need to
formalized
go to
in
the
the
gym.
gym,
I'll
as you
go
know, I've
tomorrow.
tried
Well,
and
it's
failed
not going
many
to happen
times
over
unless
the years
it's
with
actually scheduled.
different
Yeah.
so it doesn't
Concepts
matter
that
that I
didn't
can
quite
work.
What was the last
choose
one?
a class to go
Um,
to, and
I
there's
did
10 of them.
bar.
There's
Right,
no
right,
reason
right,
why
right.
I couldn't choose one of them, but
Which was great on its own.
when it's me
but
making the
I-
choice week
for
to week,
me,
I'm not going to do
personally,
it. And I've proven
I
that time
am
and time
not
again.
one that
Or if
will
it's just a general gym
make
like a Planet Fitness
time
thing,
to
you
go.
pay
So
for the
if
month
it's like,
and
oh, I need
go
to
whenever
go to
you
the
want.
gym.
Well, it's never.
Yeah.
I'll go tomorrow. Well,
And
it's
then
not
the
going to
guilt
happen
sets in
unless
once
like,
it's
okay, well, I haven't gone
actually
for a week, so I won't go for two.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
What's
matter
another
that
one?
I can
And there you have the whole
choose a
fitness
class
journey.
to go
But,
to, and there's 10 of them.
and I
And
think
there's
that's
no reason
why
why I
this
couldn't choose one of them.
format
But
resonates
when it's
better
me
for
making
me.
the choice,
Yeah.
both in
week
the,
to week,
like,
okay,
I'm not
this is
going
my
to do
set
it, and
time,
I've proven
I'm
that
taking
time
it
and time
away
again.
from somebody else.
Or if it's
Yes.
just a general gym like a
And,
Planet Fitness thing where you pay
so
that
that's
for the
like
month
that
and
pressure
go whatever
there
you
of
want.
not
Well,
screwing somebody else.
it's never.
There's only
Yeah.
so many options.
And then
there's
the
only
guilt sets in, and then it's
maximum
like,
of
okay, well, I
7
haven't gone
spots,
for a week, so I won't go for 2 weeks.
wanna be
And what's
that
another
person.
month? And there you have the whole fitness journey.
And it keeps
But,
me more
and I think that's
on
why
track.
this
Yeah.
format
because I know
resonates
it's my
better
time
for
it's
me.
every week.
Yeah.
Both in the
Not
like,
to
okay,
3
this is
times
my
a week,
set
which
time. I'm
exciting
taking it
when they
away
do.
from somebody else.
And
Yes.
and resonated with me. So
for
that's
being able
like
to-
that
Was
pressure there of not screwing
where you
somebody
were at
else, 'cause
before,
there's
did
only
you
so
have
many
to schedule
options,
ahead, or was it
and
just
there's
whenever you
only
wanted to?
There
maximum
were
of 7
there were
spots,
set
so
classes that you had to
don't wanna
sign
be
up
that
for.
person.
Okay.
But there's some
And
reason
it
that's
keeps
a me
difference
more.
to
It just
'cause
didn't click in your
it
brain.
just didn't
track.
click
Yeah.
in my brain
Because I know
that
it's my
okay,
time.
you're
every week.
you're
It's
going to schedule
now
for
3 times a
yourself
week, which I'm
at
deciding
10
to
o'clock
finally do.
on and Thursday is going to
resonated
be
with
your
me,
time to go
being able to
do
Was
yoga, whatever.
where Yeah. you were at
Because it
before, did
wasn't
you have
necessarily
to
every
schedule
week,
ahead,
so
or
I
was
would
it just
very
whenever you wanted
easily
to?
say- There were
well,
set
you know, I really
classes
should-
that you had
that's
to
a better
sign
time
up
for me to
for
grocery
Okay.
shop.
or
Yeah.
there's for some reason that's a difference. to
It
me.
just didn't click in your
It
brain.
just didn't make it click in my
excuse. It
brain.
was
very
that,
easy for me to make an
okay,
excuse not
you're
to go.
You're going to
versus
schedule for
signing
yourself
up for a month
at 10 o'clock
at a time for a
set
schedule.
schedule.
Thursday is going to be
That
your
can be
time to
tweaked
go
if
do
I needed to.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Because it
Things
wasn't
like,
necessarily
it
every
happens,
week, so
things
I
come
would
up.
very
So
easily
hopefully
say,
you can make some adjustments.
oh, well, you know, I really
and
should
engage
that's a
as well,
better time
but
for me to grocery shop or
I know,
Yeah.
it's just different.
Yeah.
It's just different. And I think
Whatever
partly is
appointment,
it's
I
such a
would
small
make an
group.
excuse.
It was very
Yes.
easy for me to
And
make
people
people
are
are
always
always
clamoring
versus
different
signing up
time
for a
slots.
month.
Yeah, to see who's in the other classes.
Yeah, and it's
For
set
So that
schedule.
opportunity,
Uh-huh.
like,
That can be tweaked if I needed to.
Friday morning.
Yeah.
Friday before. Just
Yeah.
so you know,
So
so
that's
that's
really
some
good
things
one.
come up.
It's
So
been
thankfully,
crazy.
Some adjustments.
When you
and engage as
joined,
well, but
there was 50 of us.
I know it's just
It was
different.
4:30
Yeah. It's
p.m.
different.
on
and I think
Mondays and
partly
Wednesdays, I
it's
think.
such a small group.
And some days it was just
Yes.
you and Aunt Deb,
And
Yep.
people
who
are always
was with us last
clamoring
summer.
for,
And now
different
your mornings, and
time
something
slots.
that
So
we
we
talk
talk
about all the time
classes.
is
Yeah,
the
and it's-
scheduling and how it's
So
worked
that
in your life. And your
opportunity
life has
is like, ooh,
changed
okay.
drastically in terms of what you do in a day-to-day
Friday
since
before it.
Yeah. last
So
June
that-
and
that's
now.
really fun to
But
It's
I
been
definitely want to
crazy.
talk about
When you
that
joined,
part of your
there was
fitness
50
journey
of
in the
us.
sense of,
It was
does it
4:30
feel
p.m.
like it's
on
something you
Mondays and
have to
Wednesdays,
force
I think.
in? Is it something
and
that
some
you
days
feel
it was just you and
fits
Aunt
right
Deb,
into your
Yep.
day?
who
How is it
was with
kind
us
of
last
work
summer.
for you from
And now
up
your
front
mornings
when we
and something
began, and
that
time
we
frame
talk
until
about
where
all
it
the
is
time
now.
is the
It's
scheduling and how
great
it's
that
worked
we
in your life.
have
And your life has
the
changed
flexibility
drastically in terms of what you do in a day-to-day since
at Engage,
last
you know, having
June
the
and
different
now.
time slot
But I
options.
definitely want to
Considering
talk
a year
about
ago,
that
different
part
job
of
scenario,
your fitness journey in
and
the
it was
sense
wonderful
of,
to be able to
does it
finish at
feel
4,
like
be
it's
able to
something you
easily
have to
get
force
the
in?
gym for the
Is it
4:30
something that you feel just
class.
fits right into your
Since
day?
I'm
How has
early
it kind
bird
of worked for you
person, I
from
could have done the
up front when we
5:30 in the
began
morning,
and that
but
time
as
frame
my
until
daughter
where it is now?
rightfully said to me, no,
Great
just
that we
extend
have
your me time rather than taking away
flexibility,
from your early morning hour. Just
at
tack
Engage
that hour
could,
on
you know,
having
at
the
the
different
day,
time
that
slot
was
options.
great win on my end.
Considering a year ago,
A great suggestion
different
on your
job
end,
scenario,
but, and it was wonderful
then to
to be able
transition to a
finish
totally
at 4,
different
be able to easily
work
get to the
schedule
gym
now
for the
11 months
4:30 class.
later to be able to then
Since I'm
transition
an early
to a
bird
9 in the
person, I
morning
could
one.
have done the
And
5:30
I'm
in the
able
morning
to
one, but
fit
as
it
it
very
daughter
easily
rightfully
into
said to me,
my
no, just extend
new
your
work
me
schedule,
time rather than taking away from your early
and
morning
even
hour.
adding
Just
on the third
tack
day
that
that
hour
I
on
just
at
went
the end of
to
the day, and that was
a month or so
a
ago
great win on my
on
end.
Saturday
And
mornings.
a great suggestion on your end, but
has been great. So it doesn't then to
doesn't feel
transition to a
challenging
totally
at all,
different
and maybe
work
that's
schedule
my
now 11 months later
stage in
to
life,
be able to then
Mhm.
transition to a 9 in the morning one,
you guys all being
and I'm
older
able
Yeah.
to
and
fit
out
it
on your
very
own
easily
stuff,
and
to
me mentally
my
new work
wanting to
schedule
my own
and even
Mm-hmm.
adding on the third day
That's
not a priority but
It's your
just-
you time, yeah.
yeah just having more
Mornings,
time
has
been great so it
and
doesn't
I guess less
it doesn't feel
responsibilities
challenging at
relative
all,
to
and
you guys
maybe that's
and your
more
schedules
to be able
stage
to put
in
my
life,
own health
um,
journey as
as a
you
priority.
guys all being
Yeah.
older and
Yeah.
I don't feel like my own stuff and me mentally taking away from anybody
Wanting
else in
to
order to achieve my own goals.
my
But you know,
own
there's
Mhm.
some gym
health
members that I know
that you're also
not a priority
with
but
young
It's your
kids
you
and
time,
everything.
yeah.
just having more
Yeah.
time.
There's also the
flexibility.
So I
Yeah.
guess less
that
responsibilities
responsibilities
relative to
something
you
comes up, I
guys
have to
in your
work, take a break,
schedules
or
to be able
whatever.
to
So
put my own
it
health
seems
journey
from
as
talking to other
as
people
a
that just
priority.
seems to work
Yeah.
a
So
lot
I
for a
don't
lot of
feel like
different
I'm
people in different stages of life. So taking
Yeah.
away from anybody else.
Is there
in order to achieve my own
anything,
goals.
and this
But, you
is
know, there's
not something
some
that
gym
I
members
was
that
thinking
I
of
know
asking, but
it's
as you were
harder for them
talking, looking
with
back
young
at
kids
it,
or whatever, and
if
things can
I
come
was
up.
to Yeah. be the age of
There's also
some of the kids of the
flexibility.
other
So,
members, yeah, is
that
there
they can
anything
switch class if
that
something comes up, they have
you
to
would
work,
say
take
to
a
them in
break
terms
or
of like how to make
whatever.
it work
So
in based off
it
of how you've
seems
done all the
from
different times? Like if
talking to
someone
other people
has
that it just seems to
young
work
kids,
a lot for a lot
do you have
of
any
different
introspect
people
to
in
like
different
how they could
stages
make
of
it
life.
work in their schedule,
Yeah.
having done
Is
it through
there
different stages of life? and
anything,
stuff?
and this is not something that
I think
I
that's
was
why
thinking of
wasn't
asking, but
able
as
to
you were
do it
talking,
stages in life.
yeah,
Because,
looking
like, the class
back at it,
I
if I was to be
might
the age
like
of some of the
would be
kids
at
of
a
the other
time
members,
that
is there anything
just didn't work
that
because of the
you
kids.
would
Like,
say to
you
them
know,
in terms of like
getting
how to
kids on
make it
buses,
work
just
in based off
mornings
of
are
how you've
crazy.
done all the
So
different
would that have
times,
made
like
you a
if someone
5:30
has
a.m.er, do you think?
young kids,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Yeah, and
introspect to
I mean,
like how they
it's so
could
hard
make
for
it
everybody,
work
but
in their
I-
schedule,
I-
having done
'cause
it
you
through
don't know
different
what-
stages of life and stuff?
You know, someone has to watch other kids.
I
or,
think that's
you know,
why I wasn't able to do it.
just
at
leave
other
them home
stages of
sleeping
life,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the class.
So
So depending on
I
the balance in the particular
might
households,
like
but
would
would be at a
I
time
think
that
the
the number of time slots just didn't work
Pre-work,
because of the kids. like
Yeah.
you know, getting kids
Post,
on buses,
you know, going
School
to
drop-off type
yeah,
thing.
school drop-off.
Would that have made
and
you a
then
5:30 a.m.er, do you think?
afternoons and early
Probably.
evening.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's
Yeah, and a lot. I mean,
little
it's
something
so
for
hard for
everybody.
everybody, but
Yeah.
regardless of what stage
because
they're
you
in.
don't know what.
Yeah.
So that's a deal. Someone has to
Yeah,
watch
your
other
class
kids
does have a
or,
couple
you
of the
know,
like school drop-off type
yeah, home
things.
sleeping.
And you
Yeah.
guys have the time of
So-
your life at 9 a.m. It's great to
Sure.
see. It's great to hear everyone chatting along as you work hard, which I kind of want to transition to
Pre-work
bragging about
that
everything that you've
post,
accomplished
you know, going
in
to
the
drop
last year.
yeah,
It's been
school
incredible to
drop-off,
see, and we
and then
obviously get to talk about it all the time, which is
afternoons and
super
early
fun for
evening. I
me.
think there's
And in seeing all the different types
Yeah.
of progress. I mean,
regardless
there's
of what stage they're in.
the
Yeah.
measurables. I think you're
That's
someone who
appealing.
likes the
Yeah, your class
objectiveness
does have a couple of the, like,
in-body.
school
It's something where we
drop-off
can
things.
kind of
Yeah.
And
remove
you
the
guys have
emotions
time
from
of
it
your
to a
life at
degree.
9
It's hard
a.m.
for
It's great to
anybody
see.
to completely remove
It's
the
great
emotions
to hear
from
everyone
numbers.
chatting along as you
But
work hard.
looking at it to
Which I
track,
kind of want to
and then we
transition
have the
to
strength,
bragging
and we have
about
everything that you've accomplished.
So we're going to take it
in
back to
the last
day
year. It's
one.
been incredible to see,
to
and we
now
obviously get to talk
and
about
just
it all the time.
talk
which is
about we
super
have
fun
your
for me.
in-body in front of us because you've made
and
incredible
seeing
progress.
all the different
But
types of progress. I mean,
let's
there's
talk strength first.
the measurables.
So
I think you're someone who likes
when
the
we opened,
objectiveness of.
I
the
guess you
in-body.
used the
It's
pink
something where
kettlebell.
we can kind of
I probably
remove
very
the
quickly
emotions
jumped
from
up
it
to the
a degree
blue,
which
which went
hard
from
for
18 to 26
completely
pounds.
remove the emotions.
And what did you do
from
on your most recent
numbers?
test week?
But looking at it to track, and then we have the strength, and we have everything like that. So we're gonna take it back to day
With the
one
bar.
With the
to
bar.
now.
Yes. What did you do
and
for
just
deadlifts?
talk about it. We have your in-body in front of us because you've made incredible progress. But
Did you ever
let's
think
talk
you would do
strength first.
How many
So
reps did you do again? I forget.
when we opened,
I think it was like
I
11.
guess you used the
something
pink
around
kettlebell.
11.
I probably
Yeah.
very quickly jumped you up
What-
to the blue, which went
what has
18
this
to
year of
26
strength
pounds.
gains
And what did you do
felt
on your
like
most
for
recent
you?
test week?
Pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. Feel pretty cool
Yeah, well, especially you know,
did
unique for me because
with
I
the bar.
with the bar.
Watched
Yes.
you
What'd you do for
your
deadlifts?
Fitness
Deadlifts,
journey
I
and
went
different stages of
up
different
to
interest in
140
competitive weightlifting.
Did you ever
and
think
things
you would
like
do that?
So
How many
seeing
reps did you do
do
again? I forget.
those, as we say,
I think it was like 11.
something
around 11.
putting them back down.
Yeah.
And now
What
to be able to
what has
certainly
this
not-
year
it
of
will never
strength
be at your
gains
level, but,
felt like for you?
Just
pretty
like
awesome.
Pretty awesome.
graduating, if you will.
Feel pretty cool?
Like
Yeah,
using
yeah,
the
well,
different bars
especially
and stuff,
you
or
know,
even just
unique
the
for me
the
because
next
I
size up. You know,
watched
it
you
certainly
in
helps
your
having
fitness
you
journey
there
and
to
different
encourage to
stages
be
of
like,
different
don't you want to be
interests.
Don't you want to pick up that one?
Yeah, just pick up that one.
Seeing you,
You know,
do
you're
those,
you're past that
we
now.
say in
So
the family,
picking up heavy things and
Do
putting
you think
them
the
back
motivation
down.
of like
and now to be able
knowing
to
that you can go from
not- it will
kettlebells
never
to like
be
the
at your
barbell, is
level,
that
but,
something that
um,
sparks
Just
in you?
like, it sparks at
Graduating,
everybody.
if
Yeah.
you will,
Because
because
it's like
I don't know
using
if it's
the
I
different
only see our
and
classes,
stuff, or
but
even
just the
gosh,
the
this
next
week
size up.
especially,
Yeah.
we were all
certainly
like,
helps having
come on,
you
just
there
go
to
to-
encourage
Just try it.
just try the bar. Try those
Don't you want to pick up that one?
Yeah, just pick
Yeah.
up that one.
and
You know,
you're
so many
past
people.
that now.
So we're doing both the barbell.
Do you think
and
the
the bar.
motivation of
Yeah.
like
This week it was just
knowing
we were
that
all
you can
just
go
like,
from kettlebells to
Yeah,
like
you're
the
doing
barbell,
it.
is that
And
something that
that's-
sparks in you?
It sparks at everybody.
Yeah.
Because it's, I don't know.
I
if
think
it's-
that's
don't
something that's
see our
cool
classes, but
To see too
Gosh,
from
this
your
week
perspective is
especially,
that
Yeah.
we were all
you've
like,
seen everyone
come
else's
on, just
progress
go
too. There's
to-
people
just
that you
try
started
it.
with
Try
on
the
day
bar,
one or who
try
quickly
those
joined
pull-ups
in
with the
July,
random,
and
Yeah.
now you're all
chin-ups
getting
and,
to do test
know,
week together
so
and see
many
each other's
people.
progress and
we're
stuff.
doing
and it's not
both
the barbell
it's-
and the trap bar.
Yeah.
This week it was
so
just
refreshing,
And we're all just like,
especially-
yeah,
Yeah, you're doing it.
and that's yeah.
Say it.
Well in my 50s.
Yeah.
Happy
I think
belated
that's something
57th
that's cool.
birthday.
Thanks for
To see
sliding that in
too from your
Um,
perspective is
no,
that
but, like we just
you've
don't
seen
need the,
everyone else's progress
the
too. There's
crazy
people that you
BS
started
of
with
some
on
places.
day one
Like,
or who quickly
there's
joined in July,
personal
and now you're all
competition, like, you
getting
want
to do
yourself
test week
to
together and
achieve,
see
yeah,
each other's progress and
but
stuff.
to have
and
the
it's not
camaraderie
it's
of others in your class and
so refreshing,
sincerely
Mhm.
cheering you on, and it doesn't
Say
matter
it.
well in my
Whatever it
50s.
is,
Mhm.
it's about
Happy belated 57th birthday.
Thanks for sliding that in.
high fives.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
we
and
just you don't
Lots of yelling.
just go
crazy
for it.
BS
Come on, you
of
can do it.
Mhm.
Something that's like, and that's there's amongst
personal
us and
competition,
not-
like
you
you
want
want
trainers
to
Yeah,
achieve.
but it's between you guys too.
but to have the camaraderie
Yeah.
of others in
And
your
I think that's why
class
when people
and
get annoyed of how much I'm
are
yelling, it's like, how do you expect me not to
sincerely
yell when you guys are cheering for each
I
other? I have to
know.
join
It
in.
doesn't matter what
It
the
just is
number
incredible.
is.
Mhm.
I want to get back to more of the results stuff and the in body, but you kind of just
just touched on
high
not
fives
wanting to
and
be
Yeah.
jealous
high
of another
fives and
place
just
where
Lots of
people
yelling.
are
Just,
pitted
yeah,
against
just
each
go
other,
for it.
or
Come
it's
on, you
not
can do
that
it.
camaraderie
And
feeling.
that's
And we talk all the time about
us,
comfortability
what
in the
you get
gym,
from the trainers.
going into a
Yeah,
place and
but it's between
knowing
you
that
guys, too.
You'll be in a safe place for you.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And I think
that's why
it's
when people get annoyed
expected.
with how much
we
I'm
talk
yelling,
about
it's like, how do you
genetics
expect me
and
not
the way
to
your
yell
arms
when you guys
look
are
and
cheering
people
for each
comment
other?
on
I
your
have
arms
to
all the
join
time.
in.
I know.
And think
It
that
just
you'd
is
walk into a
incredible.
gym and feel
I'm
at
gonna.
home
I want to
just
get back
because
to more of the
way
result
that
stuff and the
your
in body,
arms
but you
look.
kind of just touched on.
Is that the
not
case at
wanting
all?
The BS of another place
No,
where
but I
there's
think
people like
that's,
pitted against each other, or it's
I
not
think
that
there's a little
camaraderie
bit of
feeling.
awkwardness because
And we talk all
our
the time about
genetics,
comfortability
there's a
in the
lot of
gym,
muscle definition,
going into a place and
um,
knowing that you'll be in a
does
safe
not,
place for you.
in my case,
And I
equate
think
to
it's
upper body
expected.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about genetics and the way your arms look, and
No,
people
you-
comment on your arms all
I,
the time.
have better
And think that
lower
you'd walk
body
into a
strength
gym
and
and
make
feel at
more
home just
progress
because of
lower
the way
body
that
than
your
I have
arms
upper
look.
body, but my upper body
Is that the case at all?
responds better
No,
Yeah.
but I think that's
to the workouts.
but
There's a little bit of
But,
awkwardness
yeah, that
because
it doesn't
our
lead to
genetics,
any
which is a lot of
insecurities
muscle
or anything,
definition, but I think the environment
does not, in my case,
overall
equate to
because of
upper
the
body
approach to
strength.
the workouts. We've got.
We've.
I have better
Yeah.
lower body
Environment
strength and I've made more
because there's,
progress
you
lower
know,
body than I have
one
upper body.
particular
But female
my
member
upper
who
body just she's
responds
25
better. You're
years
Yeah.
younger than me, but to
So
the
strong.
workouts.
but
Is so crazy strong, and and you're cheering
yeah,
her on
that
everything, and
it
you're like,
doesn't
okay,
lead
there's
to
no way
any
I will
insecurities
ever
or anything.
be
Yeah.
ever to like it
I
doesn't
think
matter
the
what I can
environment
lift 7 days a week and
overall,
never
because
achieve
of
what
the
she's
approach
achieved
to
to the workout, but you're just happy that she's achieving it.
like
But
it's
as a
not
group,
an
we're all looking at that
intimidating
going,
Yeah.
good
environment
for her because
not
there's
something I'm going to be able
you know,
to do,
okay,
but we're
one
all
particular
working
female
out
member
together
who-
at the same time.
Yeah. Which is so cool to
you're
see.
younger
You're
than
doing
me,
the same
but
So
she's
strong.
exercise
is
and
so
there's
crazy
somebody
strong,
who's
and
30
you
and
know,
there's
and
somebody
you're cheering
who's
her on
50
everything, and you're
and
like,
somebody who's
okay, there's
70,
no
all
way I
doing the
will
same
ever
movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ever to
But
like it doesn't
all
matter
at
like
their right thing, and that's
lift
you
7
don't
days a week
get
and
that
never
anywhere.
achieve what she's
Yeah.
achieved.
You just don't.
And you're just
You get
happy
you
that
walk
she's
around
achieving
go,
it.
Mom, why
But
can't
as a
you
group, we're all looking
Yeah.
at that
do
going,
this like tuck
good
your
for
foot
her.
like
You're getting
not something
the
I'm going to be able
individual,
to
but we're all
tweaking
working
Yeah.
together at the
more
same
than
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, which is so cool to see.
You're doing the same
You just
exercise.
don't get that.
So
And
there's
it's-
somebody
it's-
who's
Do you
30
think
and
you would
there's
have
somebody
gym
who's
intimidation
50 and
walking
there's
into like a
somebody
commercial
who's
gym and
70,
trying to do a
all
workout on
doing
your
the
own?
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one,
But
because I don't
all
like
at their right thing.
a big environment like that. It's very distracting
Yeah.
to
just
me.
don't.
And
And
get you
I-
walking around going, Mom,
they-
why can't you
Yeah.
do this? Like tuck your hip. Like you're
Pretend
getting
they
the
know what they're doing.
individual, and so there's a lot of
Yeah.
mistakes happening
more
both
than I should.
in
Yeah.
instruction.
Yeah.
Because I don't
You just
think they're
don't get
necessarily
that.
the best
So
level
it's-
of
it's-
instruction.
Do you think you would have gym intimidation
can't
walking into like a
possibly
commercial
service
gym
that
and trying to do a
many
workout on your own?
completely.
Yeah.
And
Number
if they
one,
are
'cause I
doing
don't
specialized training, it's a
not
big environment like that. It's
in
very
front of everybody
distracting
else.
to me
because they want you to
and
pay for
I
it.
Yeah.
so
They
so you're
like
really
many things
at
people
risk. Pretend
more
they
there
know what they're
doing
doing,
in
and so there's a
correctly.
lot
I mean,
of
I've been doing
mistakes
some
happening
things
for
for
months now
in
in
instruction.
still needing to
Yeah.
because I don't think
Tweaked
they're
or
necessarily
Yeah.
the best
or
level
I'm
of
just I don't
instructors
know,
there.
not feeling as strong
And they
that
can't
morning 'cause I
possibly
haven't
service
eaten
that
morning.
breakfast with
Yeah.
these people.
Yeah.
Often
And
happens.
if they are
And
doing
it's like
specialized training,
there,
it's
and
not.
like,
Well, partly it's
in
your
front of
form.
everybody
Yeah.
else.
Mhm.
So tuck this
because they
and
want
oh,
you to pay
okay,
for it.
that's
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah.
So
And you've come such a
really
long way in terms
at
of
risk.
like the movements
More there,
being kind of
doing
second
something
nature at this point.
incorrect.
So it's
I mean, I've been doing something.
I feel like a lot of people go that
still
path that
needing
you
to be
did where it's
tweaked or
Yeah.
you get the
Or
fitness
just,
locked
I don't
in
know, not
and
feeling
then
strong
nutrition
that
comes
morning
in
'cause I
next
haven't
and then
eaten
maybe
enough
tracking
breakfast.
some of
Yeah.
the smaller things after
Often
that.
happens, and
You
I'm
touched
like,
on that you still struggle with some of the nutrition things.
Partly it's your form.
I'd say
Yeah.
it was
So
probably
tuck this and
what
oh, okay,
winter
that's
when you
much better.
Yeah.
really started taking into
And you've
account
come
the
such a
nutrition
long
stuff
way
when
in
you were
terms
looking
of,
at
like,
protein
the
and
movements
everything
being
is that
kind
probably
of
when it
second
was?
nature
at this
Yeah, there
point.
was
So
a
it's
combination of.
I feel like a lot of people
going to
go
the
that
conference
path that
and
Right.
you
hearing
did
about
where
a lot
it's
of
Yeah, the best year
bio-
ever
you get the
conference.
fitness
biohacks.
locked in
Um,
and then nutrition
so
comes
there
in
was
next
that,
and then maybe
and,
tracking some of the smaller things after that.
Devin had
You touched on that you still
Stacey
struggle
says,
with some of
yep.
the nutrition
So that
things.
generated a ton
I'd
of
say
conversations
it was probably what
about
winter
protein,
when
just
you
our age group with
really started
having
taking into account the
muscle
nutrition
and
stuff
yeah.
and we were looking at protein and everything.
Just-
Is that probably when it
There's just
was?
not enough
Yeah, there was a
information out
combination
there. of for our age group,
going to
there's
the
a lot of
conference and
misinformation.
Right.
hearing about a lot of
Yeah, the Best Year Ever
biohack-
conference.
Biohacks.
It's like, okay, you just gotta
Um,
you just gotta run more,
so
and
there
you
was
just gotta
that,
walk
and,
more and do more cardio, and it's like, okay, well,
Devin
nothing's
had-
changing.
Been doing that.
Nothing's
Stacey Sims.
changing,
Yep.
and
So that
then
generated
you
a ton
hear
of
and
conversations
hear from
about
you and from
protein
Devin and
and
from
just
Stacey
our age
Sims
group
and
with
everybody. It's like,
Perry and
okay,
Personal
not
growth,
in your
yeah.
age group.
women
You gotta
and
look
I
over
just-
here. You gotta be doing
there's
this.
just
You
not
gotta do
enough
more strength
information
training,
out
and
there.
and
For
then
our
and
age
eating more
group,
protein.
there's a lot of
And then you start doing it. It's
misinformation
like,
out there,
okay,
and
things are starting.
everyone
to
is
like,
starting
okay,
to
you just gotta
tighten up
you just
and
gotta run
the
more,
numbers
and
are
you just gotta
changing, and
walk more and do more
so-
cardio, and it's like, okay,
11
well,
months I
nothing's
finally-
changing.
Been doing that.
Nothing's
Doing it.
changing, and then
some
here
changes.
Am I
From
you
you
and where I
from
want to be?
Devin
No,
and
but
from
I
Stacey
Sims
well
and
on the
everybody's
path.
like,
And now I
okay,
feel
not
like
in
I
your
have
age group. You
better
gotta
tools
look over here.
to
You gotta be doing
Yeah.
this. Like one of my
strength
favorite
training
biohacks is, well, I've always
and
had
then
a
and
Fitbit,
eating more protein.
but I've never
and then you start
really
doing it. It's like
I've just
okay,
used it
things are
basically as a
starting to move.
walking
Starting
tracker.
to tighten up.
I know it
and
has
the
some
numbers
other
are
things
changing.
that I
and
don't really get into.
so-
Maybe I'll look at my
in
sleep
11
pattern.
months, I finally am like,
Yay!
Doing
I know
it.
Sleep
Gotten-
is so
getting
important
some
to
some
the
changes.
whole
Am I 100%
health
where I want to
journey
be?
in
No, but
general.
I'm well on the path.
So from the
And
conference,
now
I
I
feel like I have.
You tell me about
better
it.
tools
I got the Aura
to do it.
ring.
Yeah.
which, like one of my
My
favorite
friend
biohacks.
purchased
Is,
it
well,
too.
I've always had the Fitbit,
Um,
but I've never
and it just
really
gives
I've
you
just
different
used it basically as a
information.
walking
And I
tracker.
really like the
I know
information
it
it
has
gives
some
you 'cause
other
it
things that I don't
helps me
really
better,
get into. Maybe I'll
um,
look at my sleep pattern.
track
But I know sleep
knowing
is so
what else is
important
going on
to
in my
the
life.
whole
So if
Yeah.
I
know I've
journey
had a
in
lousy
general,
night's sleep.
Which is
so
frequent.
From the
Which is
conference
frequent.
and,
You tell me about it,
and
I
it
got
gives me
the
my
Aura
readiness
ring,
score,
which will
another
be
friend
lousy, or
purchased it too.
because it's tracking your
Um,
recovery. It wants you,
and it just
it knows
gives
you
it
different
wants you to be
information.
active,
Mhm.
but it
And I
also
really like
recognizes,
the information, and you gotta
gives
give your
because
body
it
time
helps me
to
better
recover
Yeah.
through proper sleep.
track
And there's so many factors going
knowing
into that,
what else
and
is going on in
the
my
ring
life.
system.
So if
Yeah.
I
know I've had a lousy night's
the
sleep,
Aura ring system,
Which is frequent.
which is
identifies what
that's what
frequent.
allows you to put tags in. So
Mhm.
and it gives me
when I
my
have that
readiness
second glass of
score, and which
prosecco,
will be lousy,
it kind of
or
it elevates
because
my
it's tracking
heart
your
rate,
recovery,
Uh-huh.
which is
wants
what
you
happened
to
last
Yeah.
It knows you,
and
it wants you
I
to be
don't
active,
recover.
but it
So
also
even though I got
recognizes,
a
like,
good, you got to give your body
quantity
time
of
Mhm.
sleep to recover.
Yeah.
through
my heart rate
was
was
elevated, so my
and
body didn't really
There's
recover.
so many
Mhm.
factors
enough
going into
overnight,
that,
according
and
to the ring.
Yeah.
the ring
Um,
system kind of, and I did feel a little sluggish. The
Aura
Aura
ring
ring system
so
identifies
it said,
that's what
you know,
allows you
maybe
to
you
put
want to take
tags
it
in.
easy
So
Mhm.
on exercise
when I have that
today,
second
or
glass
just
of
pay
prosecco,
pay more
it kind
attention
of
to what
it
you're
elevates
doing.
Yeah.
my heart rate.
So I like
Uh-huh.
this is what happened.
Do you find yourself Yeah. paying more attention?
And totally, I don't
Yeah.
recover
Totally.
well. So
Oh,
even
so
though
then
I
maybe
got a
I'll
good
like take a nap
quantity of
Mhm.
sleep,
if I can, and just
my
my
heart
heart
rate
or
was
just
elevated,
sit and
so my
read
body
and
didn't
not
really
like
recover
be
Mhm.
constantly
enough overnight
running
and
around
all
all
day.
day.
Yeah.
And it tracks
and I
that
did
too.
feel a
And
little
it was like,
sluggish
okay,
this
you
morning.
notice you gave yourself 10
so it
minutes
said,
to
you know,
recover.
maybe
Good
you wanna
job.
take
And
it
it
easy
changes
on
your
exercise
score.
today.
Yeah.
Or just pay attention, pay more
not
attention to
totally
what you're doing.
fixated
Yeah.
on
So
looking
I
at it
like
every
those
10
little-
seconds.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
find yourself
Yeah.
paying more attention?
Totally.
Yeah.
But,
Totally.
it's
So
very
then maybe I'll
interesting
like
to see your trends
take a
and
nap
to see what truly
if I
is
can, and just
changing.
or rest or just sit and read and not
and monitoring
like,
your
be
activity
constantly
and
running
from
around
strength
all
training,
day.
walking to gardening
And
to whatever.
It tracks that too. And
Mhm. Yeah.
okay, so notice
Is there anything?
yourself
I
10
know
minutes
the
to
readiness
recover.
score
Good
is
job,
like
and
their
it
big thing. Is that
changes your
pretty much the
score.
major number Yeah. that you look at, or do you look at other?
Yeah.
I look
I'm
at
not
the heart
totally
rate too.
fixated
Yeah.
on looking at
Important
it every
indicator.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what should I do now? What should I do now?
But
I look less
it's
at
very
like,
interesting
look
to
at my
see your
steps
trends
on
and
that.
to see
But
what
Mhm.
they have like an
is
active calorie
changing,
burn too for
um,
activities. So
and
you
monitoring
can adjust
your
that.
activity.
We just
and
adjusted that the
the
other
strength
day
training to
because,
walking to gardening to whatever.
Moving around a lot.
Moving around a lot. So
Yeah.
why not
So-
up my goal?
Is there
more?
anything?
Um,
I know the readiness score Yeah. is like their big thing. Is
So-
that pretty much the
Yeah,
major
I
number
really
that you look
enjoy
at,
that
or do you
part
look
of
at
it.
other?
I
What do you
look at
think
the heart rate,
is
too.
like yeah, a big goal for you
important
right now? indicator
Yeah.
stuff?
And
lifting heavier things.
Lifting
I
heavier
look
things.
less at
What did we write on
I
your
look at my
magnet?
steps on that.
Mhm,
Like
I
have,
can't
like, an
remember.
active calorie burn.
I think
That
it was like a
for activities
50
so
deadlift
Yeah,
or something
just
like that
that.
on next test week.
the other day because
Moving around a lot.
moving around a
Lack
lot.
of
So
upper
why
body
not
strength
up my
goal
can't do
there.
push-ups? And you've known this about me.
Yeah.
My
Well, you couldn't.
couldn't
Change that. Couldn't do
couldn't
push-ups.
think of any,
is
but I'm up
like
to
a big goal for you right
whopping
now. 7.
No, it was 6.
It was 6. Okay. Well, you did 7 in total
things?
on Easter.
What did we write on
between
your
2
magnet?
sets, which is 7 more than you had done.
But I did
I can't
6
remember.
straight the other day.
Heck
It was
yeah.
like
So
a
now this is
150
just a separate,
deadlift or something like that
personal
on next
goal
test
of,
week.
I
Yeah.
want to easily do more than 10.
Back to the
Like,
lack
Heck
of
yeah.
upper body
soon.
strength.
Can't do
Heck
because
yeah.
I could not
You've
even
known
do
this
about me, and
Uh-huh.
it was a struggle.
That was a
My-
really
Well,
fast
you
change,
couldn't.
though.
Yeah.
couldn't
Change that. Couldn't do
couldn't
push-ups.
do any,
feel
but I'm
like
up
I
to a
should
whopping
7?
No,
like
it
in
was
my
6.
head.
It was 6. Okay. Well, you did 7 in total on Easter between
is.
2 sets, which is 7 more than you had done.
But I did 6 straight
Yeah.
the other day.
Heck yeah.
So now this is just a separate
doing other things,
personal
but
goal
there's
of,
certain
I
muscles
want
that
to
I'm just
easily
like,
do.
wow, why is
Yeah.
can I engage with
Like,
those?
Heck yes.
Yeah.
soon.
We have that
Because I could
conversation in the
not
gym a
even
lot
do-
in different ways.
and
One
it
of
was
like
a
push-ups.
struggle.
That was a
and
really
pull-ups being
fast
extremely
change,
difficult
though.
because
Yeah.
it's body weight and it's
And
gravity,
it
and gravity's
shouldn't.
always there.
Like, I feel like I
And then
should
the other side of it
be
that
able
we
to
kind of
do
like to
that. Like,
deep
in my
dive
head,
into
I
is
can
the
do
fact
that,
that when you're
50
younger,
seconds.
you're
It
always
is just
taught to
hard
do the
because
girl
it's having
version of
to
it.
use
Like
those
you do the
muscles,
girl
right?
push-ups, you
Yeah.
do the push-ups on your
I feel
knees.
like I've been active.
And then you just
you know,
stop
doing
doing them
other
because you did
things,
them for
but
presidential
there's
tests and you were
muscles
just
that
given the
are just
easy
like,
way
yeah,
out, quote
why
unquote,
is-
and
Yeah.
then you just
Can
don't
I
do them, and then
engage
it's a
with
skill
those?
at that
Yeah.
point. So whether
We
you
have
have
that conversation in the gym
strength
a lot
or
in
not,
different ways.
you're not
One
doing
of
it in
like
that
push-ups
specific
and motion,
motion,
which
which
then
then
makes
makes
it
it difficult because
difficult.
it's body weight and it's
But I
gravity.
find
and
it so
gravity's always
interesting
there.
because so many people get
And then the
caught
other
up on
side of
like,
it that
you feel
we
like
kind
you
of like to
should
deep
do
dive
it,
into is the
but
fact that
you didn't train it
when
for
you're younger,
however
you're
many
always
years.
taught to do the
However
girl
many
version
years.
like you do
of
the girl
your
push-ups,
body
you do the
versus
push-ups on your
gravity,
knees.
and
Yeah.
gravity's gonna win,
and
until
then
get
you
that
just
strength
stop
up,
doing
which,
them because you did them for
like I
presidential
just
tests
said,
and
it
you
was
were just
such a
given
quick,
the
I
easy
can't
way
remember
out,
when the
quote
workout
unquote,
was,
and
but
then you just
it was
don't do
within
them,
the
and
last
then it's a
couple months
skill
where
at
we
that
did
point.
slow
So
on the way
whether you
down,
have
drop to
the
your
strength
knees,
or
and
not,
then press
you're
up.
not doing it in that specific
And
motion,
then all of a
which then
sudden
makes
you
it
were repping
difficult.
them out on Easter morning.
But I find it so interesting because so many
Yeah.
people get
which
caught
was
up on it,
just
like,
out
you
of
feel
nowhere.
like
It was
you
awesome.
should do it,
Yeah.
but you didn't train it
Yeah,
for
we love goals like that.
however many
goals.
years.
However many
So
years
kind of on the
of
same
your body
track,
versus gravity,
slightly
and
different.
Yeah.
gravity's gonna win.
What has
until you
been
get
your
that strength up,
favorite?
which,
And
like I
maybe
just
this
said,
is
it was
be the
such a
same
quick. I
answer.
can't remember
I'm
when
not
the
sure what
workout
you're gonna
was,
say about
but
this one.
it was
Your
within the last
favorite
couple months where we did slow on the way
non-physical
down,
related to your
drop
body
to your knees, and then
appearance
press up,
Yeah.
win.
or success.
And then all of a sudden you were repping them out on Easter morning,
Say is just
Yeah.
overall.
which was just out of nowhere. It was awesome.
Legit.
And I
Feel
gotta keep that going.
Yeah,
So
we
much
love goals
stronger
like
than
that.
I did.
love goals.
Um,
Tighter.
so kind of on the same track,
Stronger.
slightly
and
different.
just
What has been your
capable.
favorite? And maybe this is gonna be the same answer. I'm not sure what you're gonna say about this one. Your favorite non-physical related to your body appearance
I was
win
shopping for
or
a container
success
the
since
other day,
joining the
and
gym.
So one of the workers was
Say
saying,
is just
you know, oh, do you need help with that? I'm like, no, I got it.
You got it.
I got it. And so
Feel
just to be able to so much lift
stronger
things,
than
move
I did.
things,
I
all
feel
that.
tighter.
is-
and
I know it's part of the
stronger
goal
and
of,
just
of the gym,
more
but it's
capable.
something that's just so
I remember
noticeably
talking to one of the other girls.
and to be able to,
like,
you know, you
knock
go
out on the floor and
into knock out a few push-ups when
Yeah.
you get challenged by your
a
family.
sore and
You know, I was,
In
I was
terms of like
shopping
out of
for
gym
the other
capability,
day,
which I know it's
one of
not
the workers was
necessarily
saying,
something
"Oh,
that
do
you
need
have to
help with that?"
do
I'm like, "No,
often,
I got it.
but you got it.
I
I mean,
got
your
it." So just to be
primary job right now
lift
is a
things, move
caretaker,
things,
so you
all
do have
that
to move
is-
around a human who doesn't want to move sometimes.
the gym,
Shout out Aunt Patty. Has
so
that
noticeably
helped?
different.
Like, do you think that, because I know a lot of people who are nurses
knock out a
or
few push-ups
occupational
when
therapists,
you
they
get
make that
challenged by your
comment
family.
of moving humans and the
yes.
importance
In terms of like
that.
out
Have
of
you noticed
gym
any of that
capability,
Oh,
which I know
very
it's
much
not
Yeah.
necessarily something that you have to
Just
do
in having the
often, but
confidence
I mean your primary job right now is a caretaker, so you do have to move around a human who doesn't want to move sometimes. Shout out Aunt Patty. Has that helped? Like, do you think that, because I know a lot of people who are nurses
Yeah.
or occupational therapists or whatever, they make that comment of
Yeah.
moving humans and the
Yes.
importance
Big muscles
of
to
that.
help out
Have you
Aunt
noticed
P.
any of that?
very much so.
Final
Yeah.
question, I guess, is what we'll go with. If people
Just
want to
in
know,
having the
what is it
confidence
like to have your daughter as a personal trainer?
steady her or
Me, yelling at you.
when necessary. Yelling at Mama B.
Things that I've had to, physically help her get from point A to
Hard
point
to
B.
explain because it's just
Don't think I would have been able to do
thing.
so.
Like how
Yeah.
many parents
a year ago.
get
Yeah.
to
That's for sure.
Big muscles to help out Aunt P.
fly on the wall.
Um,
actually be
Final
there.
question, I guess, is
is what we'll go with. The people want to know. What is it like to have your daughter as a personal
No crying
trainer?
aloud on this podcast.
Yelling at you.
Poop. Yelling at Mama Babe. Because I've watched you in this field and studying it and living it, and now being able to apply it especially to not just
my
be the
age,
fly on the wall, but
other
actually
moms
be there,
who
witnessing
come over
and
and
just
just
gush about you without me even asking. And
okay, I'm gonna cry.
No crying allowed on this podcast.
cherry on top.
The rest of it is just
really just
because
beautiful. I've watched you in this field and studying it and living it.
And then getting to talk about protein at
And
all hours of the day.
all hours of the
Especially
day.
to
Coming up with new recipes.
My personal
people my age,
little
you know,
library
other
for
moms who
every possible topic relating to
come over and
fitness and
just
nutrition.
gush
and
about you without me even
brain
asking
function
and
Yeah.
geeking out with you.
We
But
go
that's
deep on TED
just
Talks.
The cherry on
Yes, we
top.
do.
The rest of
What's
it
it
is
been your
just
favorite protein
really
recipe
just being
since
involved
our
in it.
dive into protein that you've made?
You-
The banana bread's pretty good in my opinion.
yeah, I think tweaking.
And then getting to talk about protein at
It
all
does-
hours of the day.
all hours of the day.
Coming up with new recipes.
My
It's
personal
more like a traditional baked
little
good.
library
Yeah.
for every possible
There's
topic
been-
related
and
to
it's
fitness and
like
nutrition.
anything
and
we can come up with cottage
brain
cheese these
function.
days.
Yeah, literally.
You want at lunch today?
Geeking out
so,
with
you know, that
We
was
go
like
deep on
Natalie.
TED. Yeah, thanks Natalie for what cottage
What's
cheese.
been your
favorite protein
Vanilla,
recipe
Greek
since
yogurt,
our
and
dive
fresh
into
blueberries.
protein that you've
Just
made?
smoosh it all
The
up.
banana bread's pretty good in my opinion. All that protein
I
in
think
there.
tweaking
All that
the
protein.
family banana bread
That's
recipe
incredible.
is
Is number one because
It really is, and it's the secret
consistency-wise,
sauce. We talked about it, and I think the
tastes
difference
more
that
like a traditional
you
baked
obviously
good.
were making
Yeah.
really good progress since day one until December,
it's
and then
like anything
December,
we can come up with
January
cottage
hit,
cheese these
and you
days.
really dialed literally. everything
You
in.
want
It
at
was
lunch
boom.
today, so
Yeah, but it
you
wasn't
know, that
really
was thanks
focused.
Natalie.
Yeah, thanks Natalie for what cottage
Another great
cheese.
thing about engagement is
Vanilla,
just having
Greek
these
yogurt,
little
and fresh
levels of
blueberries,
commitment
just mush it
things,
all around and
challenges,
delicious.
All
along
that
the
protein
way
in there.
All
beyond
that
just
protein.
test week.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It really is. I
Strong
mean, it's the
30
secret
just
sauce. We
made
talked
me
about it, and
feel
I think the
that
difference
Yes,
that
do not drink water.
you
I'm
obviously were
doing
making
much
really
better
good
now. I haven't gone
progress
back to
since
zero.
day one
It's hard
until
to get
December, and
64,
then
but I was doing it
December,
for 30
January
days,
hit,
pretty
and you
much
really
every day.
dialed everything in. It was
And,
boom.
So now
Yeah, but I wasn't really
easily
focused. Well, the
48-ish,
strong 30
which
certainly
still-
helped. And
Yeah.
that's another
Then the
great
zero
thing
I was
about
doing
Engage
before,
is
but
just
having these little
tracking the amount of protein
that
things
should be
challenges
eating
along the
and
way
was
beyond
woefully
just
not
test
doing it before.
Yeah.
And the strong
So,
30 just made me
The
focus
things you
on
just
the fact
don't
that, yes,
think
I
have
do
that
not
much
drink
of an
water,
impact.
but
Yeah.
I'm
It's
doing
like, oh
much
my
better
god.
now. I
And it
haven't
makes
gone back to
such-
zero.
such
It's hard to
a
get
difference.
64, but I was doing it for 30
definitely.
days.
Yeah.
Pretty much
Better
every day. And
progress
so
with
now I'm
focusing
like
on that stuff.
easily
Yeah.
48-ish,
So
which
thank
is
you.
still not bad. Than the zero.
No,
I
thank
was
you.
doing
You've done
before,
incredible.
but
You really
just,
have done incredible over the last
tracking
year.
the amount of protein
It's been
that-
awesome on my to answer the other side of the question. It's awesome on my side to be like, yeah, that's my mom. Yeah. That's my mom repping out those pull-ups over there.
The
things you just don't
it's fun having you in
think
class
have
and
that
then,
much
yeah,
of
when
an
people
impact.
don't
And then it's
know
like, oh
that
my
you're
God.
my mom,
And
and then I
it
yell
makes
mom, and
such
everyone's looking at me like I have 5 heads because I'm just yelling it out. Makes it really fun as
Big
well.
proud mama over there.
It is fun. Yeah. Thanks. That's all I got. What's for dinner tonight? Just kidding.
You've done
Thank
incredible.
you.
You really have done incredible.
Thank you
over
for
the
being
last
on the
year.
podcast.
It's been awesome on my to answer
hopefully
the other side
everyone
of the
gets
question.
to,
It's awesome on my
enjoy
side to be like, yeah, that's
your
my mom.
progress over the
That's
last
my
year,
mom repping
because
out those
I know we
pull-ups
all
over there.
witness it in the gym, and hopefully now the others get to hear about it.
And then when people
and
don't
then we
know
all can
that
party
you're
with
my
Mama
mom, and
Beeson.
then I yell mom, and everyone's looking
Cool.
at me like I have 5
Thanks,
heads.
Mom.
Because I'm just yelling it out. Makes it really fun as
Big
well.
proud mama over there.
It is fun. Thanks. That's all I got. What's for dinner tonight? Just kidding. Thank you. Thank you for being on the podcast. And
My pleasure.
hopefully everyone gets to enjoy your progress over the last year, because I know we all witness it in the gym, and hopefully now the others get to hear about it, and then we all can party with Mama Beeson.
Gotta love it.
Cool?
Thank you.
Thanks, Mom.